Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel MeghaDiscourse, and today we are going to the Middle Age, a time when there was no TV, no smartphones, no movies, and yet people loved drama and storytelling. But the biggest question is, how did they do it? They performed plays right in the streets, on moving wagons, and in front of hundreds of people. Today, I'm going to tell you about the three types of medieval plays: mystery play, miracle play, and morality play. And all are important, and you will find PYQ. Before understanding mystery plays, miracle play, morality play, we need to understand what is play. So basically, drama, it is a big picture, it is a literary form. Play is a part of drama. So basically, play is a written script which is meant to be performed. Okay, but drama, in which we have many scenes, you will find many subplots as well. Drama can be performed or maybe not, but play, it is meant for performance. It is meant to be staged, in which you will find characters, you will find plot, dialogue. Now, what is mystery play? As you are thinking now, mystery means some detective stories, crime thriller, some form of suspensive theory. No, in medieval times, the word mystery, it came from Latin word ministerium, which means craft or trade or guise. So these mystery plays, they were performed by trade guilds. They were a group of people, working people, in which you will find bakers, carpenters, tailors, shipbuilders, water carriers, and they performed according to their work. So mystery play, it is a play which is based on Bible stories, and the all characters like the craft and gift, they hide among people in a form of trope. And these plays emerged in 10th century or 11th century in Europe. And the earliest example you will find is Queen Quaterius. Okay. Initially, these plays were performed inside churches in Latin language by clergy. And why the clergy need play to be performed in the church? Think like that. Imagine at that time in England, people cannot read. They are unable to study. They are unable to read. There were no books. There were no newspaper. So the church make them watch it as a play. So you can say growing out of liturgy of Catholic Church, not Protestant. So first important thing is that mystery plays, they are based on Bible stories, and another thing is that because people were illiterate, so this is the medium to get them educated about Bible belief, about Christianity. Because in history of English literature, we read that that was the time of Christian belief, because Saint Augustine was sent by Pope to spread Christianity. Now, like we have shipbuilders, he was a trade guild. So he performed like Noah Ark, in which you will find the flood, Noah flood. According to their work, they performed on stage. So stories like Adam and Eve, the birth of Jesus, the last day judgment, resurrection. So these were the themes. Like, it is based on Bible. So you can say Bible, the biblical character, the God is performing among ordinary people or in front of ordinary people. Now, the another important fact is that these plays, they were performed on wagons with wheel. You can say traveling play. It is also said peasant wagons. It was a moving play. These wagons moved through the town, stopping at different spots. So if you are standing at the corner, the play itself is moving towards you. So there is no need to go anywhere. The show came to your street. Earlier, I told you that these plays, they were performed in Latin language, because at that time Latin was the language of church. If you know about very well about history of English literature, if you have not watched the video of history, master video on history of English literature, then go and watch to understand these three plays. So that time Latin was the language of church. So that's why these plays were performed in Latin language. But now trade guilds, traders, they thought that why should not we spread among lot of people? So by the end of 12th century, they started performing it in their vernacular language. Now, you will find the shift from Latin to vernacular language in mystery play. So, the important thing is that first it is based on biblical play. Sorry, first it is based on Bible. It initially it was played in Latin language, but by the end of 12th century, it was performed in vernacular language. Third, it was performed by trade guilds. Now the performance was arranged in large cycles. Cycle, here cycle is very important. You will find like first cycle, they have York cycle. The location is of York, and number of plays, 48 plays. This is the important work, York cycle. Like watching 48 plays in a single day, back to back. So that's why it is called cycle play. Another cycle they have like Chester cycle, in which you will find 24 plays. Then they have Townsley cycle, and in Townsley cycle you will have 32 plays. Then we have N-Town cycle, in which we have 42 plays. So this is how the cycle works. And the important cycle they have Townsley cycle, which is also known as Wakefield cycle, in which they started blending comic realism with religious belief. And the most famous example is Second Shepherd's Play. Now, this play started with a hilarious and comic scene. There is a man who steals a sheep and hides in a baby cradle. And it is the example of pure comedy. But now, the sudden changes. It turns into transformation. It turns into a twist. Now, the theme changes into nativity. And in that, you will find the birth of Jesus. Now, how the comedy turns into religious beliefs. So this is the famous example of Second Shepherd, and it is your PYQ. So this is all about your mystery play. Now, what is miracle play? Now, miracle play, they are dramatized along with mystery play. Sometimes people interchange both terms, but no, miracle play is different from mystery play. In French literature, they interchange these terms, but in English literature, it is there is a wide difference between these terms. Like mystery play, which are completely based on Bible, but miracle play, they are based on life of saint. So how the Bible turns into life of saint. So this is how evolution of plays were performed at that time. So miracle plays, they are about of life of saint, about life of holy people, like we have Saint Nicholas, Saint George, and Virgin Mary. So they thought saints like superheroes, but holy ones. These plays was emerged in 12th century, and the earliest known English miracle play is the play of Saint Catherine. This was the oldest one, and it is written by Geoffrey of Le Mans. Now, what is good in miracle play? How it is different from mystery play? Like in mystery play, you will find all the characters from Bible, but in miracle play, there were stories of saint enduring martyrdom. Like I have given you example. So you will find miracle stories of Virgin Mary. You will find themes like sin, repentance, divine intervention, resurrection, salvation. These kind of themes you will see in this plays. Now, you can think like that. There is a person living in a bad, sinful life, and sudden a saint appear, and then miracle happens, and now the person changed into a good one, and the person's life is saved by that saint. So this is how miracle plays work. That's why I told you that here saint work as a superhero. So it is always about sin, miracle, redemption, salvation, good deed, bad deed. The most famous example, and your PYQ here, is Saint Mary Magdalene. It shows her sinful life, how she met Jesus, how she completely changed her life and becoming a hermitess, and her miraculous later lives. So it is a dramatic, emotional, and really beautiful play. So the quick difference between them is mystery plays on Bible stories, on Noah, Jesus, Adam, Eve, but miracle plays on saint story, Saint Nicholas, Saint Virgin Mary, Saint George, Virgin Mary. Okay, easy? Right. Now, the most important is morality play. Now, this is different from both. Before morality play, there is a term, interlude. Interlude is actually a play performed during interval. And the famous interlude play is written by James Haywood, the 4 Ps, which is again your PYQ, in which P is considered as Palmer, Partner, Pottery, and Peddler. These interludes, they were short and humorous, and it acts as a bridge between Renaissance drama and medieval ages. So, John Haywood drama, 4 Ps is very important. This is what we call interlude. Now, what is morality play? So, as you can understand morality. So, morality plays, they are basically allegorical play, allegorical drama, in which characters were personified abstraction. They performed some emotions, like in which you will get 7 deadly sins. They were our characters. These are completely different from above two. No Bible, no saint. Instead, the characters are not real people at all. They are ideas given human form. Characters like we have good deeds, knowledge, death, greed, lust, mercy. So these were actually actors. And the story is always in the same basic ground, good versus bad, evil versus good. Like we have Dr. Faustus. And they all were fighting over your soul. So the main character is usually just called Everyman. This is the famous morality play and our PYQ. Then we have mankind, humanist genus. This is again, these three are your PYQs. So these plays, they emerged in late 14th century and flourished through 15th century. Or you can say early 16th century. And Shakespeare, he admired the morality plays a lot, and you will find characters in his plays. Also, here there is a vice character. The vice character, it is a special comic villainous character who evolved into an influential archetype, and he influenced the whole play. Okay, like in Shakespeare, Othello, you will find Iago, who plotted against Desdemona and Othello, and he created a misunderstanding between them. Same, we have Fool, Falstaff in our historical plays. Similarly, we have Richard III. So that's why Shakespeare, he was influenced a lot from the vice character or the morality play. How the morality plays works. The hero begins his life in a state of innocence. Then vice came and tempts him. And suddenly his life is full of sins. Through repentance, mercy, confession, salvation, redemption, he is saved. That is how he gets salvation and the last day of judgment. So this is how morality play works. Now you can understand. In Everyman, Everyman is a character, and when the death came, he says to his best friend, there were 3 best friends, okay, fellowship, family, and money. And he said that death is near to me. Please go with me. And all 3 denied that no, we cannot go with you. And who is ready to go? That is good deeds. So this is the message in your morality play, that when you die, nothing comes with you except good deeds. This is the story of Everyman, and it was written around 1485. Similarly, we have mankind. Mankind is a character. Here is a demon, Titivelus, who collects, abuses, and sins of your soul. Again, then we have the famous and PYQ, the Castle of Perseverance. This is the oldest surviving full-length morality play. Now, mystery play, it is based on Bible. Miracle play, it is based on saint. And morality play, it is based on your karma. So, why they declined? This is again a question. They declined because of Protestant protest. They declined because of Protestant interference. Now, Protestants say, we want our right. So now there was fight between Catholicism and Protestantism. So they declined. Second reason is that because of Elizabeth. Elizabeth, she stopped performing religious plays because she don't like that. Because of Protestant came. The third reason is that at that time, because of 5 days, what is the transition phase, money loss was heavy. So now these trades and guilds, they do not get money to perform. So these all plays were declined. So if you found this lecture helpful, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe MeghaDiscourse and stay updated with us. So hit the bell icon to get more notification. And also we have covered linguistic classes completely, which is free of cost, in which we have covered major linguistic section. So go and watch our linguistics class. So bye-bye. Take care.